evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I was the first. I came into this class
Hey,
before
this is
leaving
not
that
fair
one.
that you're cheating. This is like 2 minutes ago. This, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, you
sir,
should kick him out, sir. Hey, you're disqualified from this competition for today, da. So I'm first, sir.
sir, it makes no sense, sir. I
Disqualified.
joined.
I'll
Sir,
go.
is it wrong joining in time also, sir? Is it wrong?
It's wrong skipping the other class and joining this class.
I never skipped
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wrote
yeah.
everything. I answered and
Yeah,
I came.
let's do this first, then we'll start.
Sir,
Sir,
I
I
got
can't
the
see a screen.
evidence that my thing was correct.
Same, sir.
I got it first.
No.
See the screen?
Yes, sir, now I can see.
No.
We'll see a couple of questions based on midpoint theorem and converse, starting with this one. Take a minute and see.
Name is a straight line.
Be quiet. No, it's Nam.
Oh no, 3 more pages in the book. So
Same.
I'll
But
draw
for
this.
me, it is 2 more.
My book is like
Oh my
300
God,
pages
this is
bigger.
What do you think my book is?
NAM is a straight line. How am I supposed to prove something is a straight line?
If you maybe shut up and then you can do it.
Says who?
So don't draw anything. What is the drawing, sir?
Just like to draw something.
So what are those green and blue lines?
So read the question, you'll get to know.
Oh, okay. Medians. I forgot what medians.
It joins the vertex and the midpoint of the opposite side.
Oh, so F and E are the midpoints of F is the midpoint of A and B, and E is the midpoint of A and
Hey,
B.
it's given right. BF is equal to FA. That means F is the midpoint.
Next. Then BE is equal to EM also. That is
E
where
is
the
equal to
green
E.
line segments come.
Oh,
The green is equal to green. And also CF is equal to FN. So red is equal to red. Then you have to show that it is a straight line.
and AM is a straight.
Sir, is F the midpoint of NC, sir?
It's given, no, da.
No, it's not.
It is.
N is
And
a
N
point
is
on
a
CF
point.
produced
N
that
is a
CF
point
equals
in
FN.
CF, such as CF and FN are the same. What are you talking about?
What?
Da? Is N is the point on CF produced such that CF and FN are the same.
That means F is the midpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So probably this is the first time you are seeing that to show something is a straight line. And it's not very direct, but it is based upon an assumption. It's like
Sir, lucky for me, I'm good at congruency.
and doesn't work here.
Lucky for you, you're good at assuming things.
I
So
know,
see,
right?
the thing is, we show that idea is two parallel lines
C and BC.
having an intersection point. Then what it will be?
The midpoint.
No. If you have two parallel lines which
Sir, so we
intersect
can-
at a point, it means they are overlapping. And I'm basically talking about single line itself.
So
Right.
that FC and EB that are intersecting at a point, that point is the midpoint of the triangle ABC. Did you say anything, sir?
What are you saying that?
So this is the idea where we are going to work with. The idea is if I can show that there are two parallel lines which meet at a point, okay, then
Then
they
how what are the
Sir,
parallels, sir?
is
Yes.
BC
Sir,
a
yeah,
straight
sir,
line?
what is this, sir?
Sir, is BC a straight line?
Of course. Of
Sir, we
course.
don't know, sir.
And I'm sure FP and BC are
No, it
the
is
How
a
can?
tri-
How do we know?
it is a triangle ABC, no?
Sir, how do we know BC is
the
straight?
triangle. Da.
Oh, okay, never mind. 1 second.
So
Okay,
FP
yeah.
and BC are
Okay.
parallel.
So
That's
see,
why, you know.
so midpoint theorem on triangle
Sir,
ABC.
can we like draw
BM.
a parallelogram and then prove FE is like parallel to
I don't know why I want to
NN?
draw a parallelogram. Da.
I know, right?
Could be, but even without that, we can try that.
Oh yeah, we can connect C and M and make a
So-
parallelogram inside. Oh yeah.
Wait, extend B and add connect N and that imaginary point.
We can do that also. ABM.
ABM triangle.
Oh, that triangle. Oh.
F and E are midpoints. It tells me that FE is parallel to AM,
BC. AM. Oh.
and in fact, FE is equal to half of AM, right?
Oh, midpoint theorem. Oh. So, but is it the same
Now,
for these kind of
midpoint theorem
triangles?
on triangle NCA. On the triangle NCA, again, F and D are midpoints of two sides. Then FE is parallel to
N.
AN,
And FE is half of AN.
and FE is half of AN.
Now we can
So-
prove NM is a
so
straight
see,
line.
FE is parallel to AM, FE is parallel
Sir,
to
on
AN.
triangle ABM, how is it like?
If F and
is
E
it?
are the
Hey,
midpoints of
take AM as the
F and E are
base and
midpoints,
look at it
no.
like that.
F and
It
E
is
are
an
midpoints.
inverted triangle.
Yes.
AM is the base at the top now. B is the vertex at the bottom now.
Oh, okay, yeah,
No.
yeah,
The two
yeah.
midpoints are intersecting. No. So, however it is, AM and some
AM is parallel to AM, right?
Yes, sir.
How smart.
How is
And-
AM as well?
So, and A is a point on
Oh my god.
On
NAM.
line
I
NA.
need to look at all triangles. I need the
Yeah.
vision.
So it means that NAM
Straight
is a
line.
straight line. Fine.
Sir, you proved the second good answer also in the first thing itself, sir.
Yes, yes. So now see, FE is both half of AM also and half of AN
So
also.
that means B and C were useless, sir.
So AM is equal to
yeah.
AN.
Yes.
Now AM is equal to AN means what?
It's a straight
This-
Sir,
line.
what do you mean by
straight
AM
line.
is parallel to AN, sir?
Like,
So for a moment,
yeah.
don't look at the diagram. Okay, look at only this part. What does it tell you?
FP and FE are same. So if they both are parallel to
No.
each other, they both should also be parallel.
I
See,
have three lines.
Extend
Line
both
number,
lines.
just a
Extend
second,
both of the
just a
lines.
second. I have three lines. Okay, FE extended one, of course. So line 1 is parallel to line 2, AM, which is an extended line. Line 1 parallel to line 3, AN, which is an extended line. So line 2 and line 3 will be parallel or not.
Yes, so they will be
Then
parallel.
Yes,
in
sir,
the
they will be
extension,
parallel.
when they are parallel, then any segment of them also is parallel.
What? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Any part of it is also okay. Yes, sir.
Part of it is also parallel, right?
Yes, sir.
Other part. So two parts are parallel, and I have a meeting point also. So that's why it is a straight line.
Yes, sir. Sir, but how do you prove A is a point on NAN?
Half of AM,
I
FE
don't
equals
know.
half of AM and half of AN. So basically the same.
First, I show that it is a straight line. Then I show that it is midpoint.
Sir, how did you show that?
What?
It's the
Like
last
A
part.
is the midpoint.
See the right
They both
corner
are equal.
bottom thing. FE is equal to half of AM. It is also equal to half of AM from this.
They both are equal, so it should be the
Cancel
midpoint.
1 by 2. Then AM equal to AM.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So on the straight line NAM, I have a point A such that AN is equal to AM. What does it mean? It means it is a
It's
midpoint
a
of M,
midpoint.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So next one, try it.
So next time, like, don't draw these lines, sir. Confused.
Yes, sir. It's very confusing, sir.
Is
So
it?
what line?
I tend to always look at those lines
Yes,
and
sir.
not look
Do
at
you
my
do?
lines.
Oh,
Sir did use
I thought that it is helpful to you. Okay, fine.
for
No
me. It's
problem.
so
No
put
problem.
two images and invert the image in one, sir. So it'll be
You
better
copy the
view.
image and draw it on your own.
Okay,
No,
fine,
no,
no
no, sir.
problem.
If you for the next picture, for the next question, just the image alone. Can you like like copy that image and invert it and
Duplicate.
keep it on the side, sir? So I have a
See.
better view.
We'll see.
Oh, there's no
So
image.
this is the question.
Sir, trapezium. Oh my God.
Thank you.
And I want you to draw the image.
I'm trying
No.
to draw.
Sir, I forgot.
No. You should know how to draw.
Yes, sir, I know what
I
piece
don't
of
Sir, how
know.
to draw a
piece of flat
trapezium?
you.
No.
Hey.
You draw in your notebook, and then I'll confirm while posting the picture. Is it correct or not? So 1 minute. Draw it. Come on.
What English is this, sir?
It's actually an easy diagram, da.
A line through
Sir.
E means
How do you draw trapezium? I forgot.
What did you study,
oh,
da?
a line. That or A, sir. A the thing or
Is that A or sir?
Align. Align.
ah.
Okay.
It is.
Brain twister.
Sir, can you please show how to draw a trapezium?
So it's easy, yeah. See, something like this is a trapezium, where opposite sides are parallel. I mean, one pair of opposite
There's
side
one
is
pair of
parallel.
opposite parallel sides.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff finished.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
1 second, sir. 1 second.
oh, look at this, sir. Look at this.
Let's show who is equal.
What I have to show?
E is the midpoint now. So where should you put the mark?
Yes, sir.
So which sides are equal if E is midpoint?
E is midpoint means A, E,
It's actually a
and
very easy
D,
diagram to
E are
draw,
same, sir.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I have to. Oh, I have
Right.
to. Ah,
Right. Very good.
Sir, so while drawing the diagram, I found out the answer, sir.
Very good.
Like,
so is this correct, sir? The image. So can I continue with it?
Yeah, sure. So see, it is only given that F is a point on BC. You made it, it is a midpoint also.
So I didn't make it a midpoint.
Sir.
Okay. So the picture is like this.
Oh yeah, I made E a midpoint.
Let's go. I drew it right.
Sir, what is this, sir? But
This is the picture.
Sir,
what is this?
I drew diagonals and all, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
I thought F was
Sir, I drew
point
it
that AB and
perfectly,
BC
sir. I drew it
intersect, sir.
perfectly.
No
The
problem, no
exact
problem.
one.
Wait. So I have a question, sir. Sir, how is F the midpoint of C and B when it says F is a point where AB and BC intersect, sir. So when these both intersect, only that point only should be F no, sir. So my image only should be calculated, sir.
A line through E and parallel to.
I didn't get you. What you want to say?
Read it
So like
properly.
this, see, sir.
Ah,
AB,
okay.
if I extend AB and if I extend BC like that, they both intersect here. So that point should be F.
See. I'll tell you what happened. E is midpoint of AB.
Yes, sir.
Where is your E?
Point of AD. AD, yes, sir.
AB.
B, yeah.
Okay, E is
D,
midpoint of
D,
AD.
D,
Okay.
D,
Ah,
D.
D here. Yes,
Ah.
sir, it's here.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Like they said F is a point where AB and BC
Hey,
intersect.
Nitish, read it properly. A
Like
line through E and parallel to AB intersects BC at point F. Read it properly. Yeah.
so I thought a line
You
through
thought
E and
that, sir, this.
Okay,
sir.
enough. So see the diagram
Yes,
and
sir,
try
good, sir.
try to
F is
solve it.
midpoint of BC. How will I know?
Sir, how?
Where is
First one is
midpoint
done.
theorem
How
in
do you
this,
do the
sir?
second
Where's
one, sir?
triangle, sir?
There's no triangle.
you can
Still,
draw
Oh,
a
there's
triangle.
no triangle. So we
Yeah,
don't
you
even
can
like.
draw a
Here.
triangle if you want,
Is there
hint
midpoint
is
theorem in the question?
hint is that there is a construction involved in it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
even like
Sir, yes,
all
sir.
of
I
this.
constructed a trapezium with.
And the
Uncle just did it
construction
namesake.
is this one.
Didn't
I
ask
did it
your
correctly. It's a
opinion there.
diagonal, sir. It's both of the
I
diagonals.
proved
I
that F
found it.
is the. So I proved
Very
that.
good.
Oh,
I
I have to
found
draw a
it.
triangle like this.
Very good.
I
Very good.
found it.
So
So,
I found the first one, sir.
hmm,
So, but
so
I'm pretty sure you say mine is wrong, sir. Like
why?
see,
What is the first one? Tell me.
I did like this, sir. I put a midpoint between A and C and D, and then connected that midpoint with B. And since these both are parallel, this should be the midpoint.
One of them should be the midpoint, no? Then
Ah, yes,
only you tell which is the midpoint.
sir. I have to prove that this is the midpoint. F is the midpoint of B and C, sir. Like there is no midpoint here. There was initially no midpoint here, but I am drawing a midpoint.
Wait a second.
Oh, you
In
ask
the
how
in
it
the
is the
in
midpoint,
the
sir.
in the no. In the converse, the line which is parallel should start from a midpoint.
Oh wow! Oh, oh, oh.
E is a midpoint, right, sir? Because AE and ED are.
Yeah, E
Oh,
is
I see
midpoint.
the thing. So mine is right or wrong.
Yeah,
Completely.
E is
Sir,
midpoint.
opposite angles of a trapezium are equal, right? No.
No, not
No, they
necessarily.
sum up to 180. My bad, sir. Adjacent angles sum up to
Trapezium
180.
is 360, right? It's a quadrilateral.
Not even
What
the
is
sum
happening
is
now?
180. Not
What are you
necessarily.
talking?
So
Hey,
Google
what
is
are you talking?
calculator.
That's not
180
even
is
my
a
doubt.
triangle.
You asked what is the sum of all angles?
Focus.
No, I didn't even ask
Okay,
that.
all of you focus, please.
Yes, sir.
In a
Why F is a
trapezium, sum
midpoint?
of adjacent sides is 180.
So is congruency involved, sir?
No.
I made. So I made this triangle and this triangle congruent, sir.
Mhm.
No use.
So but. So I have a doubt, sir.
Mhm.
So can I say that the point where DB and EF intersects is a midpoint of D and B?
How?
Do it.
I,
Do it.
I don't know how, but I
That's right. That's right. But what is the reason?
I,
I don't know.
um,
I don't know.
E and F are midpoints. That I know.
F is not
No,
a
F I don't know. E is a midpoint.
midpoint.
And then this triangle and that triangle are congruent. Uh,
How?
it's just I thought maybe these both
Ah,
intersect means
you
I
thought.
thought
You'll
What
write
are
in the
you telling
paper.
that
These both
I
Shubham?
intersect
assume
on
that
the
these two
midpoint.
triangles are congruent, so I'll
I
do
mean, I
this.
was right. I just don't know how.
Okay, so see, converse of midpoint theorem on
Converse means use, right, sir?
the one
I
where we
forgot
say
midpoints exist.
start a midpoint. I mean, from midpoint, start a ray parallel. Then you get something.
So that is F.
So DAB on this triangle, I have a midpoint E. I started a parallel line to AB. It should
So it's of course
intersect
gonna
the
hit the midpoint of the other side.
midpoint of the red side. So it
M is the
tells me
midpoint
that
of triangle. Oh no,
M
sorry,
is
Oh my
DB.
god.
midpoint of
I was right till here. That's all I
DB.
found.
Even I was right
That
to hear.
means this is equal to this one. Now look
So
at
that means really prove that F is a midpoint.
how.
So because M is a midpoint, and then it's parallel to C and D, that means it will
Which
go to hit the
triangle?
midpoint. So like
Which
M is the
triangle?
midpoint of D and D.
Now tell me the triangle name.
Triangle DCB, in that
Very
M
good.
is a midpoint and it's parallel to.
So converse of MPT on the triangle DCB, you have a midpoint M. You started a parallel ray to DC. It is going to hit at the midpoint of the opposite side.
The midpoint theorem is so fun, sir.
F
hate
is
the
So how did you
midpoint of
find M is the midpoint of DB, sir?
from this.
From this side. E is midpoint, no, and it's parallel to AB.
We first showed M is a midpoint because of, again, converse of midpoint theorem on DAB triangle.
What is converse of midpoint theorem, sir?
Same way, when you have a triangle, you start from a midpoint, the parallel ray, where it is going to hit, it is going to hit the midpoint. That is called as converse of midpoint theorem. Okay.
Sir, but I don't get how you proved M as the midpoint of D and DB.
Okay. So see.
Hey,
I have a doubt.
Yeah,
Converse
yeah,
means
of course,
use
of course.
midpoint
See,
theorem.
no, no,
see.
Use.
There are two things which you know. Okay. I'll show you both of them. Probably it will get a better picture. Firstly, if you join the midpoints, this is given. Okay, you join the midpoints, then you know
It's gonna be
that
parallel.
this is equal to this one, this is equal to this one. From this, you can tell that this is E, this is F. If you join the midpoints of two sides, then EF is parallel to BC and EF is equal to half of BC. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. This is called as midpoint theorem.
Yes, sir.
In this case, what happens? You have a triangle and you have only one midpoint. Okay.
It has to be parallel to.
If it's parallel, it'll hit the midpoint.
So
Yes.
I start a ray from M, from the midpoint of one side, parallel to the BC. Then I can say that it is going to hit at the midpoint of AC. M is midpoint of AC and MN is half of BC. That's what it is. This is called as converse of midpoint theorem.
Yes, sir.
Fine?
Yes,
So,
sir.
is it possible to use midpoint theorem when when nothing is given, like it's not they didn't give it a parallel, so it's impossible, right, sir?
So in order to apply anything, you need to make sure that you have necessary material to start.
So they won't give questions like impossible.
They won't give.
Ah.
So either you have to find out which is the correct triangle to start, or you have to add some construction to it, like the one which we did in this one.
Yes, sir.
So is that fine that M is midpoint of BC?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Now
So
2E.
that means I can put something like this also. Now what about the second part? This is done. What
I don't
about the
understand the
second
third
part?
question, second question at all. So I found out, sir.
Tell me.
So like we know that since like E and M is
Oh,
half
yes,
of
sir.
A. Hey, I'm
I
telling
found
you,
a sir.
wait, Ra.
Sir,
I'm
hey,
telling you,
hey, the
wait,
previous
Ra.
one you told right.
Hey,
This
I
one
didn't
I'll
tell.
tell.
It's not my fault. You took time, da. So E and M is we know that EMN is half of AB, and F and M are of a half of CD. And if we do a equation like FM plus EM will give me half of AB plus half of DC, and since we have the two EF, and then if we add half DC and half AB, we'll
Very
get
good.
like AB.
Yes. So Sankalp, yes,
Same, sir.
very good.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. So it's like both midpoint theorem on ADB and triangle DBC, VDC. I have EM is equal to half of AB and FM is equal to half of DC. Now I add both of them. I will have EM plus FM is equal to EF, and this is half of AB plus DC. Now 2 you can take on the other side. It means 2EF is equal to AB plus DC. Understandable?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now let's see next question. This also gives you a formula. Can you tell what is the formula? That the length of the line segment starting from the midpoint point is equal to the half of the sum of parallel sides.
What's I don't understand what you just said.
The line segment which you did, EF here,
Yes, sir.
starting from the midpoint of E,
Yes, sir.
that is this its length is half of the sum of the length of two parallel sides of the trapezium.
Sir, only in
Oh.
trapeziums.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay, fine. So
Wow. 1 second. So we can go to next question.
Why did Tarun
this
not
is
even join?
next question.
He joined the previous
Yeah,
one.
Try to draw the picture.
The line segment joining the midpoints of diagonals of trapezium.
Yes, I don't even like drawing things.
Same.
I like drawing things.
You
That's
should
why I
you
didn't
should
join.
That's
know.
why you're weird.
You should know. Try it.
Who does? Why do you guys join art if you don't like to draw? What is this, da?
I don't like to draw in math.
They draw constructing figures, da, not drawing means
They're
like
This
different.
is fun, ra. Get to learn stuff.
Right.
Lines from joining the midpoints of the diagonals,
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay, trapezium.
So, what is diagonals? So the diagonals are equal, right, sir? Or that's not how trapezium works, sir? Okay. So this is almost exactly like the last question, sir.
Huh?
This is almost exactly
Hey,
like the last question,
line
sir.
segment. Sir, line segment joining the midpoints of diagonals of trapezium. What do you mean by diagonals, sir? Like
Trapezium is like a quadrilateral, no? Every quadrilateral has two diagonals.
oh, like that. Okay.
This is correct, sir. Not this, sorry. This one.
No.
No?
No.
Uh,
Because how do you know that the midpoint of both diagonals is the same point. There could be
Sir,
different.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
took
they
a
are acting as
trapezium.
the oh midpoints of the diagonal. I thought the intersection points, sir.
Sir, look at this, sir. I took my trapezium like this. It makes no sense.
Yeah, makes sense. So,
It runs so
what do you
perfect, sir.
find? Where is the midpoint of the diagonals? Can you see
Math
that?
student.
I'm better than you at Atra.
Put the
Yes, sir, you were saying
midpoints.
something.
Put the midpoint.
There's
Yes,
not that
sir.
much
So, sir, so the
skill
intersecting point
required
should
to
be
use
my
a scale
midpoint,
like
and you
that.
have to prove it how.
No. That's what.
Just
Intersecting
draw first.
point is very well different from the
Midpoint.
midpoints.
So they are different from each other.
Yes. Yes, sir. The intersecting point should be the midpoint. You have to prove it how.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be the
I'm not getting the point. See, it's like this.
for a quadrant. I mean, a
Let's
square or a
let's have a trapezium. Looks like trapezium.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. That's the same.
So it looks like a
trapezium
pattern, and that is a trapezium.
Okay, great.
So it's a 5 triangle, sir. I mean,
Yes, sir. It's a
it's a
pentagon.
So
what is a
you
5
have
triangle
to,
called?
It's a pentagon.
Pentagon. No,
no, probably not.
no, pentagon is not equal sides. So what is the same? Pentagon has equal sides.
Any
Not a
five,
pentagon.
any
Equal sides.
five-sided closed figure is a pentagon. What are you talking?
No.
Sir,
Five-sided
any
closed figure
sir,
is not a
any
pentagon.
five-sided closed figure is a pentagon, right, sir?
No.
No, it has to have all sides
You
equal.
have equal sides and equal angles. I used to.
Okay,
The
so see,
angle is only same. I mean, 540
is it okay if I so this one looks like the midpoint of DB?
How can you say that, sir? How can you say that,
That
sir?
Because midpoints are not necessarily the intersection points of the
Sir,
diagonals
like,
of a
how can you
trapezium.
say that that point is in midpoint, sir?
Okay,
It's like,
assumption. Let us have
The
for
point,
Chuma, let us
see, the difference is, uh, I am free to make my trapezium. So I can elongate this DC line segment as long as I want. Right?
or we can do something else. We can find the midpoint of AD and then make it parallel to DC, sir, because opposite sides of a trapezium are parallel to each other.
So for a
And
start,
when
Not
they
equal.
and wherever they
start,
connect, that's the
so for a start, no, this is how it goes. Even if you put to scale, even if you point out with the scale what are the trapeziums, you will find out that the intersection point of the diagonals of trapezium and the midpoints of both diagonals, they not necessarily coincide. They don't coincide. Okay. So general
Also, how
picture
can
is like this. The question is
Also, how will
saying that the line segment joining the midpoints of the diagonals of a trapezium, that means the line segment EM is parallel to the parallel sides of the trapezium and is equal to the
DC.
half of the difference between the parallel sides. So
Because
aim
theorem is
is to
already
show
that,
that EM is parallel to AB and EM is parallel to DC and
sir, and we
EM
have
is equal to half of
half
half of
the
DC
difference
minus
between the
AB.
parallel sides.
sir, but okay,
Got the point?
yes, sir.
Yes. So go ahead.
Sir,
So
but
I
I
found the
don't
first
get it.
one.
How can you randomly take
Oh,
2
it's
points
not
and tell
random.
them there?
It is not random. It is knowledge about trapeziums.
No, sir, like how
So
can you randomly take 2 points and tell their midpoint, sir?
Just like we did in this one. Just like we did in this one.
oh,
Why did we randomly take it, sir?
I
They
found the
they
first
showed that it's the midpoint, right, sir?
It is
They
given,
didn't
no,
ask.
F is a F, where is that? E is midpoint of AC, right? It is given, no, BE is median,
See,
correct or
there's
not?
lack of information in that question, so you can, if they did not ask, you can assume.
See this one. When they say BE is median, did you inquire the proof that why this point only is the median?
No,
Know
no,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Sir, but
Yeah.
they didn't. You didn't give any median there, right, sir?
Yeah, lack of information. They didn't ask what if EM is a midpoint, so you can just
It
assume.
is given
We just
here,
have
no?
to see if EM is parallel to AB.
What
So,
is this midpoint of the diagonals of the trapezium? What it is?
so
Sir,
I
like
found the
the
EM.
sir, we have to
E is
connect
the
the
midpoint.
midpoints of the diagonals.
Yes. Which are the diagonals in this figure of
EB
trapezium
and
ABCD?
AC.
DB and AC. So for DB diagonal, I am representing the midpoint of DB as the point E.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, on the point on the diagonal AC, I am representing the midpoint of the diagonal as the point M. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am representing. I am not saying that it is exactly this point.
Oh, okay.
I am representing it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I found that the EM parallel to AB and EM parallel to DC. So can I tell?
No.
No. So why?
Because I want you to do the last part also.
Sir,
Oh,
done, sir.
Tell. How is it
Sir,
parallel?
sir, EM is parallel to AB because when you connect two midpoints, it will be parallel to the. It will be parallel to its base, and EM is
you
parallel
didn't
to.
connect the midpoints of
Firstly, wait a second. Firstly, if you are applying midpoint theorem, it should have all its assumptions. On which triangle you are applying midpoint theorem? That you tell.
Can I
On
tell this?
triangle ODC.
ODC. Ah. So E is midpoint of DB, but not OD. That's the difference. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank God I didn't answer.
Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Can I like like can I again assume like the midpoint of D and O? And no.
Or we can say as EM as line EM is the sorry, as E is the midpoint of diagonal DB and M is the diagonal of M is the midpoint of diagonal AC. There are also points on the parallel line of the midpoint which connects like with midpoint of the trapezium. So if there are points on the trapezium and when you connect those two lines, they should be parallel to DC and AB, right, sir?
What do you mean by midpoint of the trapezium?
Example, let's take AD's midpoint as F, sir.
Okay.
And we take F parallelly to DC and
Okay.
it connects somewhere in BC. Take that as Z, sir. So
Okay.
FZ. So E and M are points on FZ, right, sir? So when you take EM as a segment of that one, it should be parallel to DC, right, sir?
No,
Should be
no.
parallel to D according to
According to
How?
nothing.
So first of all,
According to nothing.
I get your point. Do you see that? Should I also show the line segment FZ is overlapping the line segment EM?
it should, sir.
So I have
Huh.
I
So
have
why?
I have a proposition.
Sir, big
I found the answer.
one second, sir. It's because sir, because according to what is that word? Concept midpoint theorem. What is it?
Converse of midpoint.
Converse of midpoint theorem. According to converse of midpoint theorem, when you draw any line that
No, on
like,
which triangle?
not on triangle, on a trapezium, like how we did in the previous one.
Converse is this one.
Sorry, I mean in the triangle CAB and triangle DBA.
Okay.
Can I tell
So
one more, sir? Can I tell?
just a second. So for the I should start a parallel line from the midpoint. So which
sir.
is your midpoint and which parallel line you are making?
Sir, my midpoint is sir, like midpoint of what, sir? Midpoint of AD and the midpoint of BC.
Okay. So you are taking midpoint of AD
as F and midpoint of B. We don't know
so
midpoint
from
of
F. So from F, it
a
should
parallel line,
okay.
which is a parallel line which is parallel to DC, will connect somewhere in BC, which is also a midpoint of BC. So
this is where the gap is. Okay. Why is it that the midpoint of AD, when rays parallel to DC goes, why it connects to the midpoint of BC?
because that's what we learn. That's what we learned, sir.
Not trapezium, it's for triangle. So can I tell, sir? I have a valid.
Fine, sir. I got.
Hey, no, I am telling.
Wait, done. I'm still
relax.
not done with mine. Okay,
Okay,
sir.
done.
We don't take till there. Let's take ADB, triangle ADB, and midpoint of AD. It connects to another end of DB, and that is the midpoint of DB. Let's take next triangle DOC. DOC, the midpoint. We know E is the midpoint, and we draw a parallel line to DC.
Yes.
And that parallel line is.
So I have a valid reason. I have a valid
This
thing,
is
sir.
correct. Yeah.
So I have another valid.
Yeah. Tell.
So,
Yeah,
like in triangle ADC, we know M is the midpoint as an assumption, and we also know that it's parallel to DC. So, if we extend it, it is gonna hit the midpoint of A and D. Same goes for the triangle B, D, and C. So, I can tell that EM is parallel to AB and EM is parallel to AB and EM is parallel to DC. And then EM, half of DC minus AB. That's good. That thing I have
Sir,
not understood.
how should EM be equal to 1/2 DC minus AB, sir?
That's what I also don't know.
DC
Okay, so
minus.
see.
Sir. 1 second. We'll try, sir. We have enough time. We will try.
Of course, try.
So DC minus.
Oh, I got it. So I got it. So, like we know M, and if I extend it to like the line segment AD, it is going to hit the midpoint. And then same goes for the triangle BDC. So, like if I subtract, I mean, if I take the midpoint of AD as F,
Just a
then
second.
midpoint of BC
How did you show that EM is parallel to DC?
given, sir.
Sir, that's the previous
Parallel
one,
to the
right?
parallel sides of the trapezium, sir. So it's given as the line segment joining the midpoints of the diagonals of a trapezium is parallel to the parallel sides of the trapezium.
Sir, that's what I said, sir. That's what I said.
You have to prove, brother.
I proved it, sir.
So I'm not asking to you, Sankalp. You're right. So I'm asking Nitish, why from your argument EM is parallel to DC? That is still yet to be shown.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, sir, you can do it, sir. You
Nitish, let's work together. See, tell me how your thing works. I know I already proved EM. EM is parallel to DC.
BC.
I already proved EM is parallel to DC. How does like your second one work?
See, like it's also parallel to AB because it's a trapezium.
I know that.
You found out the parallel thing, huh?
Yes, I did.
Oh, if you found out which parallel means, you can like like if you extend that ME line to AD, it'll reach a
Ah.
point F.
Yes,
And then
okay.
same goes for this side. If you
Yes.
just take a thing, EM, EM, I mean not EM. See, MF, MF is a line segment, right? And EZ itself. We'll go with
Easy,
yours.
okay, easy.
If you subtract them both, like FM minus EZ is equal to 1 by 2 of whole DC minus AB.
Yeah.
And then if you subtract FM and EZ, you'll get EM. So EM is equal to half of DC minus AB. So is it correct, sir?
We both collabed, sir. Does that work?
We both collapsed it, featuring Sankalpan.
Okay. Tell me how.
So I'll tell you. Please, Sankal proved that EM is parallel to DC and AB, sir. That now if we extend the line ME to the side of, to the end of AD, according to midpoint theorem, it should hit the midpoint. So it will hit the midpoint of A. We can take now as F, and then if we do the same for this side, if we like extend the line EM to the BC side, it will reach the midpoint according to midpoint theorem. And then if we that means we have two line segments. FM is the midpoint of midpoint of, it's a line segment connecting midpoint of AD and midpoint of AC. And then EC is the E is the midpoint of BD, and Z is the midpoint of BC. So we are connecting a line segment to that. So two line segments. If we subtract both the line segments, like FM minus EZ, which will give us, we'll take FM minus EZ. If we subtract FM minus EZ, we'll get EM. FM minus EZ is 1 by 2 of DC minus AB, because we know
That
that.
is the point. If you're saying that this is F, this is Z,
Sir?
so FM minus EZ, that's what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Is equal to.
So FM is FE plus EM.
Sir.
And EZ is EM plus MZ.
Yes, sir.
So this cancels, and what you get is only FE minus MZ.
Yes, sir.
You are saying that it is equal to EM.
Or we can do one more thing. We can find EZ. Like we can find EZ and prove M is the midpoint of EZ, and then we'll get like three segments: FE, EM, and MZ, sir. When we add all three, and we are in the previous one, we learned that DC plus AB 1 by 2 DC plus AB should be equal to what is this? FZ, right, sir? So FZ is equal to FE plus EM plus MZ. So that one, that whole thing should be equal to this one. Then we just have to like I don't know, answer stuff.
Okay, got it. No problem.
I was close.
It was
Our work was close.
it was a good try. What about you, Kongal?
I think he went to eat, sir. I smell dosa from here, sir. I don't know if it's possible, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I turned off a video because my internet is a bit bad.
Okay. So we will.
Or like the dosa
I'll show
frying
you.
sound is more
I'll show you
Dosa
a
frying,
better way. Okay.
Yes, sir,
I'll
you
show
like,
you a better way.
I don't know.
Look at this. I add something to the diagram. Okay. I know first of all that midpoints are there of the diagonals. That's all I know. AB is parallel to DC. That's fine.
That means we have to prove it's a trapezium also, sir. They said to prove the entire statement, sir.
No, it's not like that.
But
Oh
Tarun
my
joined.
God.
But Tarun
Wait,
joined.
yes,
There's
you're
8 plus
55
left.
minutes.
Okay, see.
So there's 8.
So B point you can see,
Yes, sir.
and you can see the point M.
Oh,
Sir, don't join it, sir.
I am going to join it.
No.
oh. Sir, I was
There's
thinking
no
of
And-
this.
construction involved.
And it is going to hit somewhere,
Abstract art.
right?
So is it a
So-
midpoint? Is that midpoint?
See, in triangle AMB and triangle FMC. Okay.
Oh,
Can I say that
they're congruent.
angle AMB is equal to angle FMC?
Yes, sir. Because they're congruent. Those two
Vertically
triangles are
opposite
congruent.
angles?
Where is C, sir? Where is C, sir?
This
See,
is
this
C.
side.
Oh,
Transversal.
oh. I was looking
Okay.
into the parallel.
AMB
Transfer-
and FMC are same because they are vertically opposite
I mean,
angles.
vertical opposite. And then angle
Then
B. I mean, MB,
AM
A, and
is equal
MM.
to CM, right?
It's under transversal lines, sir, because angle B and angle F are same.
So CMF. So I should have started with.
But we have to prove FM is equal to MB.
Yes, yes, yes. We'll do that.
Wait. பொறுமை.
AM is equal to CM,
Okay.
and then angle ABM is equal to angle CFM, right? Because transversal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So angle side angle tells me that
It's a congruent. Sir, I
triangle.
asked if congruence is involved, sir.
No, you didn't ask.
Oh, that's
AMB
You asked for the previous question there.
is
I
congruent
should
to
ask
triangle.
that.
For
Which
once, you're
one?
not happy. The congruence
CMF.
is involved.
Now, as
I'll
soon
ask from
as
every
these
question.
two triangles are same, what do I have? Then BM is
Midpoint.
equal to FM.
So it's a midpoint.
Yes.
Sir.
Also,
Yes, sir.
AM anyway is equal to MC, and more also AB is
AB
equal
is
to
equal to
FC,
FC.
FC.
right?
Oh.
Because F is the midpoint.
No, it's congruent, ra. That means they have to be
No,
same,
sir.
ra.
We took F as the imaginary midpoint, right?
F was on AD. That was earlier discussion.
That was earlier description option that this is sir's description.
Okay, now look at the midpoint theorem on triangle
How do you,
DBF.
sir? How do you know AB is equal to FC, sir?
It's
CPC.
congruent, ra.
TPCTC.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay, okay,
congruent.
okay.
Yeah.
So, what
On
was the
triangle-
second angle in ASA?
ABM and CFM.
AB.
The transversal angles.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So on DBF, I know that it is basically converse. So I am starting, no, not converse.
It's a proper
So I got
midpoint theorem.
E is in triangle DBF. E is midpoint and M is midpoint, which we showed just now. That means EM is parallel to DF.
Yes, sir.
Instead
And
of
half
DF,
EM is half of TF.
can I say that or DC? Because DC is nothing but an extension.
DC minus DM.
Right? So EM is parallel to DC. DC
Sir,
is
but
parallel
EM
to
is
AB.
half.
So we
EM is, sir. EM is
We'll come
half
to that.
only
We'll
for
come
DF,
to
sir.
that. We will
EM is
come to
1
that.
by 4
Only
for
say-
DC.
See, did you first of all do you see the parallel part? EM is
Yes, sir.
parallel
Yes,
to
sir. Yes,
DC
sir.
and AB.
Parallel for both, sir.
So this is done, both of them, right?
But I did it in a
So which
completely
I have a
different
doubt,
way.
sir. Sir, I have a doubt, sir. How is EM
Where it's
parallel
Sankar.
to?
Midpoint theorem on DBF.
No, sir. EM is you're saying EM is parallel to DC. Sir,
So
DC
is it parallel to DF
AB,
or not? No, no. Is it parallel to DF or not?
Yes. Sir.
EM is parallel to DF.
Yes,
Now
sir. Oh,
DF
that
is
is parallel
nothing
to
but
AB.
a line segment of a line. That's all.
Yes, sir.
So I'm changing
Oh.
the name only.
Yes.
Okay. So DF, in place of DF, I can write DC. Yes.
sir.
So EM, DC, and AB both are parallels. Right. Now let's come to the next thing.
Sir, I just have a doubt. Sir, is it like, do they use this type of stuff for in school? Like
I
for
think
this
they'll do
question?
easier.
Which type of stuff?
Sir, like what you're doing now, if in schools, do they like use this type of solving for this type of question?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, they should use mine, sir. Mine
Unfortunately,
is simpler, sir.
of
They
course.
should use
Because
mine.
you
Mine
found
was
it.
smarter.
Whoever found a method will be simpler for them.
So there are
Hey, what
many
do you-
ways to.
sir,
No. See, I
mine
got your point.
included
I
no
got your point.
construction.
I got your point. So how you can say you have construction? No, you are joining the point F and Z. In fact, you have two
Sir, but I'm not.
constructions. You have
That's
two
smarter,
constructions. Agreeing or no?
A real uncle
Yeah.
move.
How many I have?
One.
One, sir.
So is one construction better or two better?
Four is better.
Even
I'll be
then,
like 4
Sir,
is
but
better.
mine is
Even-
mine includes no congruency, sir.
yes, that can be
Congruent
an
is better.
advantage.
What do you mean, bro?
That
I
can
thought
be
you
an
liked-
advantage, but only when using those can you prove the third information also. That is the point. If from your method you can show this also, probably your method is better.
Yes.
So until then, until you
Search
figure
me is
out the
best
method,
always.
ABDF is a parallelogram.
okay.
My God, you realize that? I'm great.
Oh, I
So-
said already.
So
Yeah.
now tell me, how will you show that the third relation happens?
Sir, I got it, sir. For sure, sir. I got it.
Okay.
See, sir. See. Yeah, I said that ABDF is a parallelogram. That means
Okay.
AB and DF are same.
Can I say?
Wait,
Why they are parallelogram?
sir, because if I extend the line E, it is gonna hit the midpoint of AD, sir.
Which you can ABFD.
ADC, to find the midpoint of AD, I can use the triangle ADC, ADC, and then if I extend, M is parallel to, EM is parallel to DC, we found that out, and it's going, if a parallel line starting at a midpoint is going, that means it'll hit a midpoint only. That means we found the midpoint of AD. That means A to the midpoint is equal to midpoint. I'll keep as Z. AZ is equal to ZD. And they both are parallel. Like this AD and DF are parallel.
Do you know that?
I don't know how. Wait.
I was
How
gonna
are,
ask
so
that.
how is AD and BF parallel? So I'll just give my ideas briefly. If they are parallel and if it's a parallelogram,
So what is your which parallelogram? Give me the name.
A B
I'll
F
continue
D.
from here.
A wait,
No,
A B
shut up.
D F.
Sir,
A B F
A,
D.
B,
Hey,
D,
wait,
F is a
Hey, no, no, shut up.
parallelogram. Wait.
A B F D, sir.
Wait
In
a second.
Let him
parallelogram,
explain.
in parallelogram, A B
My
F D
credit
is a parallelogram.
the previous.
That means A B is equal to
What are you
DF.
gonna do with this credit?
Hey, shut up, everyone. That means A B is equal to DF.
How do you know it is a parallelogram?
Sir, it's briefly I'm telling, sir.
No.
Hey, you
no,
know,
not
sir
like
is
that.
gonna poke you on that same
It's
thing.
not
sir.
like that. It's if it is that way, why not I say that briefly I showed this as well.
You would have
So-
proved
so
it,
I
sir.
am done.
I'm not of the capability to prove it, sir.
No, it's not like that.
The capability, but you don't have the brain.
So see,
That's what is capability. What do you mean now?
okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So okay. So we just have to prove AD is parallel to BF. That's it.
we have
Are
to
they
prove that
parallel, huh?
relation.
Can you repeat? ADF is parallel to? It's not. It's not.
Okay, so see, So
It
this
might
is how
directly
it
jump
goes.
And by the way, ADF can't be parallel to
See.
anything because it's
So we don't really need to go that much
AB
detail.
and EDF.
Can you see that EM is half of DF?
M is half of.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
can I say that DF is nothing but DC minus FC?
Or AB.
When
Oh my
DC
God.
minus FC
Oh,
happen, it is half of DC minus because FC is
AB.
equal to AB. This happens.
Oh, sir. You always make me feel so dumb, sir. I did like such a Albert Einstein thing and
Doesn't
then
matter.
cracked the sentence
You
in
are
one
one.
step, sir.
You are still dumb.
Point is that
You won't lose the dumbness.
you solve the question with the least resources. Okay. In terms
Sir,
of
that's how you are
writing,
supposed to solve it, right, sir?
Hey, you
yeah.
didn't solve it, Rash.
No, your method is still pending. If in your method you can show this relation, then that method is also valid.
So, like, this is a parallelogram.
Yeah, same like yours. If you can show that ABFD is a parallelogram and then EM is equal to half of something like that, yours is also valid. But don't go in air. That's my
Sir,
request.
we
Yes,
can do
sir.
one thing, sir. We can prove angle DAB is equal to angle DFB, which makes the quadrilateral ADFB a parallelogram, sir. So then we have to prove triangle DAB is congruent to triangle DBF. Then we do all the stuff.
So you that gap you fill it, and
Sir,
then we'll discuss.
yesterday also you told us to do it, sir. What is it, sir?
Did you finish?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you
I
finish?
finished,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, then mail me. We'll
Mail
discuss.
me. Sir, I don't know your mail ID, sir.
Okay, you will get to know. Don't worry.
Sir, I'll just sir, number. What,
You'll
sir?
get it. You'll get it through the institute. Don't worry.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Why are you laughing, the uncle?
Put it in chat, sir.
Is that chatter? There's nothing in chat,
No.
bro.
No,
No.
I can't put it directly. It should come from your institute.
Why are you laughing, da?
Okay,
Why
then.
are you laughing?
Okay, good night then.
Nice, sir. Thank you. Why are you laughing, Miss Uncle? What did I do?